Welcome to SEC's Vision Moments, which is an inspirational video cast by our staff and leadership team that'll help you stay connected throughout the week. I can't wait for you to hear today's episode.
Hi, my name is Marco Cuevas. I'm a member and leader here at SEC. Welcome to SEC's Vision Moments. It's an inspirational videocast that provides vision, insights, and growth opportunities for you to stay resourced, connected to SEC staff and leadership, and engaged in our vision to love God and love people. I want to start off today with a question. Do you make space for Jesus? Like in just a normal day, do you make space for him? I mean, really? Well, let's circle back to that question later. Imagine one of your lifelong friends who you haven't seen in a long time texted you and said they were coming to town for only 2 hours tomorrow. Wouldn't you do everything to clear your schedule so you could see that friend and make some time? I think you would. I would. I'd make the space. Whatever it took, I'd find a way. What makes us choose one thing over another? Why do we make space for some things and not others? I once heard someone say, people make time and space for the things that are most important to them. Now, I'm not saying Jesus isn't important to you, but do our daily lives really reflect that? Even if you're a devoted Christ follower, my guess is that you often find yourself not making space for Jesus, not making time for him in your normal day. For instance, a couple months ago, Pastor Charlie asked me if I could record this vision moment. And guess what I said? I said no. You know why? Well, you guessed it. I didn't have the space. I didn't have the time. I was too busy. I didn't have the space for Jesus. I couldn't actually do a vision moment about making space for Jesus because I didn't have the space. It was pretty funny, actually. This message isn't meant to beat you up or push you towards false guilt, but I think it's important. Since Jesus was born, there are stories and stories of people not making space for him, not making time for him. I realized this last Christmas when I was reading about Jesus being born. In Luke, the story of Jesus' birth is told. Luke explains how Mary and Joseph were in Bethlehem when Jesus was born. He was placed in a manger, pretty much a barn. You know the story. Do you remember why Joseph, Mary, and Jesus were in a barn? Because the innkeeper said there was no space for Jesus. There was no space for Jesus. God's Son, our Savior. There was no space for him. Did that innkeeper really know what he was saying no to? Do we? Maybe. Whenever we think and we see or think of that nativity scene, we should ask ourselves the question, am I making space for Jesus? Maybe that could be a good reminder for us. I know some of you might be thinking, how do I make space? I'm busy. I work a lot. I got kids. I'm married. I'm single. I got to walk the dog, wash my hair. List goes on. The truth is we can make excuses for anything, can't we? Here's an idea how we can make space. I have this wrench here in my pocket. And for those of you that are listening to a podcast, I'm holding up a small skateboard wrench. And I usually carry it in my pocket. And when I'm adjusting skateboard trucks on my skateboard, sometimes I want to loosen, sometimes I want to tighten. It depends on, where I'm skating and how I want to skate. But I only do it in small 1/4 turns, so 25%. Otherwise, I'll over-tighten, and then I have to over-loosen, and then I go back and forth until I get it right. And it's kind of a waste of time. So I think of maybe life's like that if we want to make a change, just 1/4 turns. Or maybe it's just a 1 degree change. 1 degree will make a giant difference if you're in it for the long run. NASA claims that because of the long distance traveled on space missions, a 1 degree adjustment can be the difference between landing on the moon or shooting right past it. So what's your 1/4 turn? What's your 1 degree change? Well, here's one of mine. When COVID happened last year, like all of us, had a little extra time built in. So I started reading the Bible every morning. Just a 1/4 turn, right? One chapter was my 1/4 turn. Maybe 10 minutes long every morning. It started with Psalms, did a chapter. Then I went to Proverbs. Then after that, I moved on to the New Testament. Finished that. Chapter a day, 1/4 turn. And now I'm in the Old Testament. And the cool thing is I'm understanding the Bible in a whole new way. And I'm not in a hurry. And this isn't just to check a box on the good Christian to-do list. Just a 1/4 turn. I just wanted to make a little more space for Jesus. Just a 1 degree change, 1/4 turn. I don't want to miss Jesus. Wherever you're at in your faith journey, Jesus wants you to make a little more space for him. And maybe here's some 1/4 turn ideas. Maybe it's just praying first thing when you wake up. Maybe it's before bed. Maybe it's praise music on the way to work instead of NPR or something else. I mean, even if you played one song a day, that would be like 250 songs in a year. Or join a connect group, or help lead one. Maybe you could serve on Sunday morning, be a greeter, help with the kids. Maybe it's tithing. If you're out of town, watching online, not missing a service. Maybe it's attend the next mission trip or just support one. So let me just wrap up by asking the simple question. Will you make space for Jesus? It's only a quarter turn away.